Welcome back to the Unposted Thoughts podcast. This is episode 15. We are back from a lengthy hiatus. We've just been tied up with family, but happy October.
It's that cold weather season. Y'all ready?
I'm so ready for that.
I know I'm done with the heat. All that sweating, I'm done.
Any Halloween plans? Halloween parties?
I'm thinking. Well, parties. I'm not sure. But maybe do that old classic, like just hand out candy, dress up a little bit, and hand out candy to the kids. I know it's a little shorter these days, because of all the history of a few years.
You gotta be a little closer.
Yeah, it's my first time back. Pardon me.
First time potting after 15-year break.
But definitely gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a short and sweet Halloween.
For sure.
How it's been like last year and the year before that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm too old to do any maybe now it might be different because I have a child, so we'll obviously have to go trick-or-treating. Yeah. As far as dressing up though, did you dress up last year?
No, I think I just came from work and started handing out candy. I know the year before that I had this sloth onesie. And I went as that, but I think this year I might try to get a little more creative besides just throwing on a onesie.
Hold on, let's quench the audience.
There you go.
Yeah, we are probably just gonna take my daughter trick or treating.
Hopefully they do a lot of decorations and the neighborhood kind of gets into it.
I'll probably go to your neighborhood, not gonna lie. You guys have the best candy.
Well, hopefully. I know a lot of neighbors have been relocating, so it's all the festive ones too.
Yeah, I remember the neighbor in the back who used to go all out.
They used to go all out for Halloween, yes.
Are they still there?
No.
Yeah, I figured.
Sadly not.
But yeah, what about you guys? If you guys are attending any Halloween parties, definitely let us know in the comments. This will be up before Halloween, of course. You also, in light of October, you were at the Susan G. Komen 5K race.
That was today. They do it
yearly?
The first weekend. Yeah, they do it yearly, the first weekend of October. And it's basically an event they do.
And that,
raise up money.
Remind me, it's 5K, right?
So they do have different events that you can enter. They have the 5K competitive. So that's you running for time. You're there to compete.
Is that what you did?
Yes, that's what I did. And my coworker went as well. We ran together. And then they have the 5K, what is it, jog? You can jog it. They have like a more calm event. You can do the 5K but jogging, take your time. They also have a 1K, a shorter loop for kids and families, and then they have the 5K walk.
Yeah, that's the one I'd probably sign up for, the walk.
Yes, they hit me with this a month in advance, so it really didn't give me enough time to prepare, but I feel like I was still...
That's also kind of why we haven't potted. Johnny's just been in the gym.
Yeah, I've been trying to get
prepping, which I don't blame him. I mean, he's been prepping. I've been super busy, tied up with family, work and stuff. So we did take a short break, but I'm glad we're able to sit down, kind of convene and continue with the pod.
Yeah, we found time to do this.
We find time for the important things.
Exactly. There you go. Making room.
So you've had an eventful day because that was this morning.
Yes, that was. Honestly, it was great going back because the last time I attended, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. The last one I went to was probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think I had just started dating Ariani.
Yeah.
It's 5 years.
And then it was really nice. They have it at the Sam Houston Park.
Yep.
And it's so crowded. My sister commented that it was I had more people attend it than the last time they went.
Well, they block off the streets too, which is kind of hectic for downtown.
Yeah, honestly, they blocked off very few roads this time. I feel like it was more like open for a downtown event, because I know if any event in downtown they close almost everything.
Yeah, especially a huge event like that.
Yes.
But yeah, are you tired? Are you?
Honestly,
Do you feel like your prep work for the last month kind of paid off, or?
it really paid off, because what I did do is I ran as much as I could and a little extra with rest time, and then after I went to swim for an hour, so I can kind of I can get running, which is my main was and is my main goal, and two, I think swimming does great for all
Like full body workout, yeah.
And that's
also helps you kind of like regain your stamina and.
Exactly, that's why I went to swim, because not only are you working your whole body.
So you swam today?
No, today was just for the event. Last weekend I did.
Yeah.
I had to go to the downtown location last weekend.
That's a good location.
Yeah, so their track is itty bitty.
But I like it though, because it's the one that's like hanging and
it's the one that's
I like
suspended.
it. I love that track because it's not too crazy.
It's not too crazy, and very few people crowded.
I think 8 laps equals 1 mile.
10. I thought it was 8 as well. But
You confirmed?
Yeah, I was like, let me look at a sign posted, and it said, 10 laps equals a mile. So I did 30 and like 2 extra just to get that extra, because it's not 3 miles exact. It's like 3 miles
and 3.2 or I know
some change.
Yeah, I like that gym.
Yes, I do too, because everything has its own floor though, and then of course the track is way more sturdy. I know
and I feel like overall it's a YMCA, so it's not technically like a gym, but I feel like that downtown location is more modernized.
Yeah,
as far as the facility goes, right?
Yeah,
so
they added a play place there.
I didn't see that, but
it's recent. It's recent. They added a play place now, and I think I read it. I'm not sure where I read it, but some locations like stores or gyms are having a little daycare center.
Nice.
For children.
So I know that the one we used to go to on Augusta and San Felipe, they have a play place or like a child care.
Yes.
I mean, we never paid attention to it because we
go work out. We don't
like we didn't have children, but I mean, it's good. It's for those of you that don't know, it's the Susan G. Komen Foundation is a breast cancer awareness foundation. So I mean, I think it's dope that your job supports the cause, and then facilitates you being able to join that and participate and attend.
And then registering, you pay, but all that money goes to the
foundation.
To the foundation, of course. And the way we are partnered is through my job.
Yeah.
And we have, when they pay for our service, most of that goes back to the foundation. To the foundation as well.
Of course, which is why I think it's super great. It's a really good cause to give back to.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm glad you got that over with. Now,
I had a lot of fun.
Now we can go back to podcasting full time. And no, just kidding.
It took up all my schedule. I was booked every weekend.
You were though.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, and then today we had lunch together.
Of course we did.
Which was good.
Where did we go to again?
We went to a wing spot here in Houston.
And I think it's called Pluckers. Yes.
Yep.
Plucky Pluckers.
Plucky.
It doesn't have plucky in it. It's just Pluckers.
Yeah, but that was good. We had a little light lunch there. Got to talk over some stuff. Catch up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen you.
Recently, it hasn't been.
I've seen you. Like, for those of you that are wondering, me and Johnny have seen each other, spent time together. We just haven't had time to sit down
and really catch up
and record and catch up like this. So I'm glad we're doing that, Johnny.
Of course.
Something I have on the board here is the P. Diddy follow-up. Mm-hmm. So if you guys remember one of our first episodes, it was a scandalous title, right? It was Did He Do It?
Yeah,
and
man.
we discussed the P Diddy situation, and
Wasn't it like in
we
its early
it was,
whenever it
yeah, when
was
it was kind
just
of unraveling.
yeah.
Now I feel like my tune has kind of changed as far as my stance because now we have more facts, more information. Again, we're not close to the situation at all. Like I don't know B Diddy. I'm not in the
Yeah.
music industry. Johnny is
Not even
like
close. Don't want to be close.
don't want to be in the music industry, but definitely it's something that we're seeing in the headlines
It's
and
everywhere. I don't think you can
um
miss it even if you tried.
exactly.
So
So I just wanted to kind of follow up on that. What were your thoughts on the entire situation? To my knowledge,
well, he's
he's in
they got him.
prison.
They
Yeah,
got him.
he's in prison.
Yeah,
Um,
I forgot what how.
or he was recently indicted. I mean,
Yeah.
I think as far as that goes, like my thoughts are the same, right? Like back to
Mhm.
what I said,
Mhm.
we had no facts
No facts.
when
Just
we first
it was
discussed
all
it.
up for interpretation.
It was all speculation.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I see a lot of people too, celebrities that are kind of like backing up the behavior or like supportive of,
Unfortunately.
yeah, and it makes you just think like, you know,
How do you get to that point? That's what it makes me
um
think. Like, how do
for
you?
me it just makes me think like finally like the lid is getting blown off this crap. As far as like I mean, I don't want to turn the episode into that, but as far as
That
situations
essay.
like that go to, yeah, like sexual assault,
Well, I'm glad they got enough. They raided his houses. I forgot which one, which locations, but they did
so
two.
they did both. But what I also think is that this is what we know, right? And like these powerful people, these powerful entities are only going to let so little be known.
Exactly, because that's the
So
point.
like
They want to
what
be.
about the things that we don't know, right? That's where
Yeah.
my mind goes to. And um yeah, it's crazy. I cannot wait to see what happens because I feel like a lot of big powerful names are
Are following up with this.
are gonna be mentioned,
Yeah.
whether that be in trials, paperwork,
Or even
lawsuits.
or even what they got from the raids. I feel like he has a lot
Well,
of.
no, I feel like that the raids was really just to cover up the powerful people who called on that raid is because they were in very tricky situations. So like they were probably on tape
They
somewhere
want to
and they
be.
said that's not going to happen. You're not going to expose me. I need that tape,
Oh yeah.
and signed off on a search or whatever you want to call it,
A
right?
warrant.
Yeah. So they can legally search the property and
Yeah.
but yeah, I would love to see where are those tapes. If that becomes public information, then that would be crazy, right? Because
I
it's
feel
going to
like there's a lot
change.
more people tied into
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm going to say. It's going to change the optics on how a lot of,
Celebrities.
our favorite celebrities are seen and depicted, at least in the public eye. Um,
Well, I feel like once they've made an example out of him, the rest will follow. Like
yeah,
not only they'll get caught, but the newcomers that are trying to
they'll
make
be
big
way more
names,
careful. Yeah.
they won't follow in the same footsteps because now they're suspecting that.
Well, hopefully not, but that's the thing is that people never learn, right? So, yeah, this is happening now. This didn't just start happening. This is like top behavior in the industry. So, when 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 Diddy came into the industry, there's someone that taught him that it's okay to act like that. It's
Yes,
okay to do this because you have the power, you hold the power, to change people's lives, right? And you can take advantage of them.
pretty much.
So again, that just goes to say like a lot of powerful people that we see as like, wow, they are great human beings. They do this, they do that for the community. They contribute this musically, visually. They are probably some of our favorite movie directors, producers. Um,
Etc. Etc.
yeah, but it's crazy, dude. So we just kind of wanted to follow up on. Well, I wanted to follow up on that.
I'm pretty sure
Um,
we're a little caught up, even if, like I
well,
said,
yeah, stuff is still coming out, even now, which is crazy. But I mean, I'm eager to see where this goes. If all the information that was found in those searches can make it into discovery and that becomes public information, crazy.
I feel like overall, the possibilities have narrowed on what's gonna happen because of the raids, because they got.
Well, people were comparing this to like a Jeffrey Epstein situation,
Yeah,
to
I did hear
where
that.
something's gonna happen that, oh, the cameras just were not on that night.
Yeah, or
And it makes sense, you know, you're
something to
dealing,
favor him. That
or
favors.
or people trying to cover it up. And I mean, you don't know, right? We don't know
Yeah.
what we don't know. That's why I say that. Like, um, look at what happened with Epstein. You know, everyone was like, "Yeah, finally, this a-hole, disgusting, person got caught." And then what happened?
He,
You know,
yeah.
the story is, you guys know what the story is. And then for some reason, the cameras in the jail and the prison that night were not recording that
Coincidence.
particular area. Yeah, which is just a huge coincidence, right? So same thing kind of goes into mind here, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
he's.
just feel like we don't know what we don't know, so I don't want to get too excited. I don't want to jump the gun. I'm just eagerly watching. It's kind of like we're watching everything play out in the world right now. I know we were watching the strike at the ports.
Oh yes, I did. I did hear about that. It was. It made me really nervous because what I was hearing up on is that all of the East and
Well,
South.
as of yesterday, they they resolved the issue. I think they got like a 64% pay increase,
Oh, that's
which is great, right?
yes.
Um, I don't know much about,
The
the union, the port itself, the ports themselves, and
yeah.
I just know that it is something that could have affected me. I mean, you saw today we went to the store and there was
Oh
literally
yeah.
nothing on the shelves. We went to Costco and Costco had not a single pack of waters. I just think it's
Not even a
crazy.
cheap brand. So it's like
Yeah.
you
Um,
know. But I feel like the dock or like the ports are very not really in everybody's forefront because
but yeah,
you order stuff, you buy stuff, and you don't
nobody
really
thinks about
pay
that.
us. You don't really pay attention to like, oh, how did it get here, But once
Yeah.
they stop working, is when everybody.
It's a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
Another thing that I saw in the article I was reading, and this was, I want to say, a Business Insider or one of the financial blogs. They were saying, because of this situation, that's just going to push harder for the ports to be automized.
Oh, I did hear that.
So it's going to push automation even more. I mean, if that's the case, like, I'm one of those people that, there's a human element to everything, right? So like, I
Definitely.
know that there's a ton of things that we as humans can do and can control, whether that be in roles and jobs, anything that we're doing that automation just can't simply deliver, right? um Look at the companies that are huge and successful. It's the people companies. It's there's very few tech companies where, they're thriving, profitable, they don't have to
Solely
crunch
off
the
automation.
numbers. Yeah, that are solely automated businesses. I think that's my thought, right? Like,
We're still
you
looking
can
for
only
more
automate
humans.
you can only automate so much. I think automation at the ports would simply not be sustainable. But again, that's my opinion, right? I don't
Yeah,
know. I
it's
don't
not fact.
Yeah, that's my opinion. Um, but yeah, it's crazy, right? Because it gets you thinking, like, what is to happen in the next 10, 15,
Yeah,
20 years?
because one like there's two trains of thoughts that I have for this situation or this topic. Either if they get their 65% increase, everything else increases down the line, right? Because
Oh,
yeah,
inflation even more?
of course.
Of course.
Or they do automate it.
I mean, that's without saying anything, right? Like, even the current state of affairs now, just the direction that I don't even want to say the country's headed, just the world in general. Inflation is just something that we can't seem to contain, right?
To
It
put
just
a lid
seems
on.
to, yeah, we can't put a lid on it. So with situations like this, it's like, oh,
Oh, that's why
there
also.
goes another thing that
Yeah,
almost got out of control. Like, in
yeah,
this situation, it did get out of control for a few days.
yeah.
And then look at the very, what, 4 or 5 days,
Hmm.
and the trickle down effect to, you walk in the store, there's no napkins. There's no toilet paper.
No.
There's no which I don't know why people buy toilet paper, but um
I feel like that's like
it's like
it's the
is that
main panic item. That's the panic item.
comment below if that is your panic, what would you call it?
Panic purchase?
Comfort purchase when you're panicking, like you just rush and buy toilet paper. I don't get it.
I know
I
people also do. I think it's toilet paper first,
and
water,
water.
and I think maybe after that is maybe like let me give it a good guess. So it's first is toilet paper, then water. Then I feel like after would be maybe like light gear, like portable gear,
Battery operated stuff.
batteries,
I
light.
mean, it's just crazy to me. Like, bro, really, toilet paper? Like, do you plan on just sitting on the toilet the entire time? Like,
Yeah.
you're just gonna shit your brains out, or like,
Your bowel system just increases on time
yeah,
of crisis.
yeah,
But I feel like it's kind of like rational, but not really. You can't. It's
yeah.
because it's rational to an extent.
To me, I cannot rationalize that because I'm one of those people, and you know, you've gone shopping with me. Like, that's something that I buy every time I go shopping, and I buy it. Well, we go to Costco. You
Yeah,
know, like it's not something that I'm like, we have a storm coming. I need to buy toilet paper. No, it's
yeah.
something that it's like, dude, I buy everything in bulk, whether that be water, napkins, toilet paper, so that in situations like this,
We don't need to rush.
I can just sit there and like read the news and freak out at home.
Yeah, or
I don't
be
have to
comfortable
freak out in a line at
at some of these
HEB, Costco,
superstores.
yeah, at these
Yeah,
stores looking for things that are out of stock.
yeah.
Um,
It's because I feel like a lot of people react more than predict. But I can understand why you can't really predict it for so long.
of course.
So you just have to read the news, and like the earlier the better, and don't
And
buy
then
everything.
also what I've noticed, and again, how old are you? 20, 23?
23,
How old am I? I forget. 26?
26, 27,
26.
26. Okay.
Don't give me 27, bro.
28.
Yeah, I'm 26, and like what I've noticed is like too much news is bad too, you know?
Oh
Like
yeah.
turn it off. What I'll do is I'll scroll on Instagram or um like blogs, whether that be Business
Twitter. I think
Insider.
Twitter gets like a lot of the news as well first.
Yeah.
Like anything trendy goes on Twitter first, and it's quick.
Yeah.
And I feel
And
like
then
if you
Instagram is like 2 days late,
two
but
days later, and then I guess all the other apps
yeah.
trickle behind
Well,
it.
also when I turn on my TV, the first thing that it goes to is like news.
Yes.
And then I may watch a couple minutes of it, but then I'm like, okay, I got enough. Click.
Yeah. Well, I feel like
Yeah. And
I feel like now Twitter is a
news
more
source,
unified, or not just unified, but a neutral source.
of
Because
course.
you don't get these reporters with their bias already. Because I know there's like what a bias kind of like bar, left, right, and then neutral.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know where we're going with this. He said left and right.
Well, the news sources on TV,
Okay.
they're like they have their own bias, but
Well, they
in
have
Twitter it's neutral.
it's like you're saying like propaganda spread everywhere.
Well, kind of.
Even on the networks. Like they'll
Yeah.
instill fear, they'll do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, correct, correct.
In Twitter, you get a neutral standpoint,
Correct.
like, oh, this storm is coming, and that's it. You just know the storm is coming, and you get the news that you need, not news they want you to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So I feel like Twitter is like a go-to.
You have a Twitter?
Yeah, but I barely use it.
Well, it's called X now.
No, my bad. Elon X X.
Triple X, imagine. Oh. But yeah, I agree. Like there's some things, but again, that's why I say like once you're in too deep, like just cut that shit off because you're just gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've learned, right? Like
Well, even
I feel like I used to just sit there and be so consumed
yeah, in the
with whether it
news,
be news, whether it be like um
updates.
updates on anything, or whether that be a particular post where like people are commenting, you
Yeah,
want to hear people's like feedback and
yeah.
like
You
thoughts
want to
and
be
stuff
in what's they're
in the
talking about.
conversation and
Yeah.
the topic. And then now what I'll do, and especially now like with my daughter, I'll just cut it off
Hmm.
and like take a look around and be like, okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like I'm here in this
Well,
room, like just how me and you are here now.
exactly.
I don't have to freak out. I'll
Well,
freak out later.
yeah, later. So it even works on me if I invest myself in the news. it'll work
You'll
on
go
me.
nuts, right?
I'd go nuts.
Yeah.
Just keep there, just staying there and watching it.
Yeah.
And I know some parents out there are, a little tuned in, a little too much to news.
Yeah.
So it's just where you get your information.
Yeah.
That's how people panic.
Yeah, just try to get information and not be swayed in a way that's meant to tell you how to think, you know? And I think that's what like X stands for. Um, freedom of speech,
Hmm.
freedom of free thinking, free.
Yeah, because I think Twitter's been more lenient with like
Well,
restricting,
it was heavily restricted until Musk bought it, but
and he basically undid all that.
well, yeah, he pretty much made it a platform where it celebrates and promotes free speech,
I say that's good.
and free thinking, which is good, right? Because
Both parts.
I feel like we need that, and I feel like nowadays with like you just said, literally the stations, the channels that we're getting our information from are so
And they're basically to one side or the other. They're not. They're never in the
yeah.
middle.
So they want you to say
Think
a
a certain
certain thing or
way.
think a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and platforms like X allow you
To
to
basically neutralize all that.
neutralize all.
Just,
I had an X account and then I just deleted it. I don't know. It
well, I'm
just
not really on there either.
I just I don't really have time for that.
It's because you can't really be an X a lot either.
Yeah,
Because
no,
it's just
in general, like I really don't have a lot of time to even be on social media and stuff,
yeah,
and especially
so much
nowadays.
work and
Yeah, too
you're a
much
dad.
work.
You're a dad.
Yeah,
So I say it's like everything is just moderation.
yeah.
So
Don't go crazy reading all the news or watching all the news.
yeah.
Have you seen that video of the news casters and anchors where they're all saying the same thing?
Oh
And
yes, they
they're
put
like
every news channel side by
they
side.
go you scream, I scream, well, you know the rest.
Yeah, and
And
they
then
all say the same thing.
yeah,
Cause they have a what's it
crazy.
called, a proctor, right? That's
Teleprompter.
a teleprompter. There you go. And they
A
basically,
proctor. You said Procter and Gamble.
well, well, it's such a specific machine.
P&G, I think you're talking stock market.
Well, basically that tells them what to say.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of the humanity away from it, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Automation can it just kills so much, you know, like there's a human element to everything.
Like,
So I would rather get my information and news from somebody that I know is an original thinker, a person I like to follow a lot, and I don't know if you know who this is, Candace Owens.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen some
Um
of her videos.
I think she's gold.
Yeah, I know
She's golden in today's day and age. I think her
the way she speaks
yeah,
about topics
her like brute ability to just say what it is and say what it is
and
that
be
she's
blunt.
thinking, that's something to celebrate because
Yeah,
again, it's like we're here to promote freedom of speech, free thinking. So when we listen to people like that, at least me, I'm like, it's good, you know, like
I feel like it screws your head back on.
big props to you for like even speaking like that and
Yeah.
uploading it to your listeners. Like
Now
that's amazing.
that's very that can be very catastrophic if speaking that way
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah. That's why you got to say like Johnny said, like in moderation, right? Because if you start listening to all the comments, then it's like
You kind of don't know
yeah.
what to concentrate on or what should be concentrated on. I feel like you should just get the news you need and no more.
Yeah, but another thing that I had on my mind was the tropical storm.
Oh yes, we've been getting a lot of those.
Yeah. So
I
tropical
guess
storm Elaine.
the Gulf is just going at it.
Yeah.
It's just I
Well,
say it's
this is like, storm season for us. We didn't get hit with it at all, but I know um, some states were severely affected.
oh yes.
As we've seen online, I know a couple people that live
Out in those areas.
out there in those areas, and they were affected. So,
It's always a like a very big tragedy.
props to you guys because we were hit with tropical storm Beryl, at least here in
Mm-hmm.
our region, and it took months. I think Houston is still recovering
Mm-hmm.
from the effects and the damages.
I think it hit us. Did we get hit twice?
Back to back, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got hit in May,
Yeah,
and then
May.
again in July.
Yes. So, like not only did some people get hit twice, but if people survived the first one, people got hit the
Yeah.
next visit, which is very terrible.
Thankfully, we were fine. I mean, we at least I do.
Mm-hmm.
I live in a region where it like floods really bad. Here, the water rose pretty high. Thankfully, not to our front door, but I did move the cars in the garage. This was for Barrel, by the way, not Elaine, because we were not affected by that. But I just wanted to touch on that because it's hard, right, for people that have to lose stuff or kind of recover from something like that. Like we're kind of already in flight or fight or in survival mode that we can't take on another thing like another we can't take another setback, you know.
You're always on that mode, so
so a setback is just like
that
damn,
much worse.
yeah, like
it's that much worse. And for people that did get hit and unfortunately lost a lot of stuff, it's just like
for Barrel, were you out of work at all or no?
Let's see, let me remember
When we lost power and stuff.
I think it was just
a couple days.
Few days, yes.
Yeah, I know we were. I think it was like 7 days.
Yeah, because we
7 days. I know. Like, I know a lot of people that were affected by it.
Oh,
I know, like buildings were leaking, out of power. Damaged.
I know for the first few days, we just even if we wanted to work, we couldn't work because all of our customers were affected.
Well, yeah.
So it's just like even if we wanted to, we couldn't. One, everything was blocked because
all the debris on the roads.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's bad. So I can only imagine how the people affected by Tropical Storm Elaine, are recovering, and hopefully they recover quickly because that's serious.
Very serious. Yep.
Anything you had on your mind? Did you tell us what you're gonna wear for Halloween?
So I was just thinking. I've been a little caught up with Ghostbusters.
Oh, you know what I just remembered today in the car? You said let's go to Spirit Halloween, and we didn't go.
That's fine. I know they're gonna be open until the special day comes.
So I was thinking I want to do like Ratatouille maybe. I want to do something like that the whole family can do, right? So I was gonna do like the chef hat, something doable like DIY. But also it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I think I feel like I couldn't do DIY costumes because I'm just not that intricate yet. It takes a certain amount.
Well, I'm not either, but you know I have Ariane, which she's good at everything.
That's good.
Like she can make a costume. She can. I don't know. I feel like she's good at everything.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, it's just run into the Spirit Halloween and see what they
get
have.
like a pre-packed costume type thing. I don't want to spend money on a costume, honestly. And also, it's like my daughter's first Halloween. She's not even 1 yet. I mean, she's like smart. She's a smart kid. Like she knows what's going on. She's like
looking at everything.
Yeah, she's like she's on it. But maybe next year, like we'll go buy her an actual costume.
I feel like now we should just get her into that trick-or-treating phase.
Yeah, I just want to get her used to like I guess like walking around traditions. What do you call it? Holidays? I can't believe I forgot the word holidays.
It happens. It happened. Well, I was like, I think the last time I went to a Spirit Halloween, they had a inflatable Cheeto Puff, just one Cheeto Puff costume, and I'm just like, they're getting a little creative with these costumes they had. Like,
or not creative.
Yeah, depending on how you view it. I know Halloween is more diverse in its costumes, not just scary anymore. It's more,
I think all the costumes now are like little like, what do you call them? Not like
friendly.
No, not friendly. They're just like gag meme items,
either meme items or like Disney or movie.
Should I dress up as a Fortnite skin?
No, I feel like I want to go something scary, like attempt it,
Oh, would you be down to do the haunted house?
I did see this.
You said there was a haunted house with 15 stories.
Yeah, I think it's like 15 or 13th floor haunted house. I feel like I wouldn't be able to handle it for some reason.
I'd be down to go with you. I've never gone, but I know in high school, like all my friends, we would always be like, "Oh, this year we're gonna go to the so and so." I think I did the haunted trails here in, I can't remember if it's Magnolia, but that was more like funny.
Yeah, more funny than scary.
Yeah, because it's like you're just walking. Oh, we didn't even walk. We drove. You just drive through the trail.
Oh, I remember. Did I go with you?
I think you did.
I remember you. It was a drive-through, and people were just around you.
That was not scary at all.
No, because you're in your car,
Yeah.
And if you open your windows and you let people grab you, then that's just a way for me.
If someone gets too close,
just turn the wheels.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Or I know one thing, I'm not sure if you remember, that everybody used to kind of mention during Halloween is phobia.
Yeah.
You remember phobia? I've never attended one, but I'm not sure if they're still in business.
I have no idea. If they are, look into it, and if you want to go, I'll go.
I feel like
I've always wanted to go. And the crazy thing is that, like, I love horror movies, but not because I want to be scared, because they're so funny.
Yeah.
It's
what they do within the movie that you laugh at.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm not sure if it's okay to mention a movie.
What movie?
It's called, what's it called? I think it's called Strangers Chapter 1. I think. Strangers,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's a movie, The Strangers.
Mm-hmm. I think
where it's like random people and they go in the house and
they go on a vacation, but they break down. They rent.
And all the people are like crazy in the town or something.
No.
Or is it the group that goes in the house and kills the whole family?
Yeah, they rent the house, and the people that there's like killers there, and they kill them.
Yeah.
But the reason I mention it is because they had those classic tropes where they just seem a little inactive when they should be just running.
Yeah.
Like there's.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Every horror movie is like there's that dumbass that you're just like, dude, if without you there would be no horror movie.
Or you can't help yourself but to put yourself within that situation.
Yeah,
like,
but that's what that's about. Like I like to watch them and like they're funny to watch, but I don't know. I'm just a horror.
That's how they get in. Like they get you to invest yourself, like by placing those tropes in the movie, so you can be like, "Hey man, like, you gotta run. He's behind there or something." You know. Like there's a scene where one of the victims has, a weapon pointing at one of the killers, and at that point, his bright brain decides to start monologuing. Oh, you will tell me where this person is, or I'm gonna do this. Yeah. It gives him enough time for the second one to come and just.
Yeah.
And it's just like in that situation, click, done.
Yeah, we'd be done. There'd be no script.
Exactly. Click, and then I'm looking for the second guy, ready for the next click. You know?
Kind of like you're playing Fortnite.
Exactly.
I'm just playing.
You gotta put 90s on them.
Crank 90s?
Crank 90s.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm like. Those are the.
Yeah.
Should tropes.
We? No, I'm not gonna say this. I was gonna say we should do a Halloween themed pod, but nah, that's.
I feel like it'll be fun. Just do
we may do something just like for Halloween, just like a little
small
light celebration type thing. But yeah, definitely comment below what you guys want to see.
What are you gonna be for Halloween?
What are your Halloween plans? Any parties that you're going to go to? Any costume ideas? If you have DIY ideas, definitely comment below.
And are you graduating to from trick or treater to candy
handing out the candy? Yeah.
I know it's like, oh my god.
Are you a big candy person?
Yeah.
I'm not. I feel like my teeth are just too weak.
Yeah, I'm a big candy person, but I can't consume a lot of candy. Yeah. It's that same.
But I love chocolate.
I love chocolate too, but it's like, remember when you were younger, you're like, oh, when I grow big and make my own money, I'm gonna buy all this candy.
Yeah,
but then you're at the age, and you got the money, and you're like,
fuck that candy. Yeah. You're like phone bill, light bill, candy now.
Is that tough? Phone bill, light bill, or candy?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like if I don't have any plans, I'll probably just hand out candy.
Yeah,
If
that's
we even
good.
do
That's
that. I
good.
know a lot of people.
No, we should plan something here at least for our recording room.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, if not trick or treating, then we
Yeah,
can
but
come to
you
the studio.
guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, sorry about the long hiatus. We just had a lot going on. Johnny's been prepping all month for this run. I've been tied up, crazy with work and family. But comment below Halloween costumes, any DIY ideas that you think are easy. And then comment also what you want to see from us in the near future. We do have some cool episodes coming out.
Yeah.
And we had some stuff recorded to kind of fill that void where we were not recording, but we just didn't. I chose to not drop it.
It was a little outdated.
Yeah, I just chose to I was like, no, if we're gonna do something, I want to give it energy. I don't want to be posting old clips or old recycled stuff. So here we are. We scrapped a lot of stuff, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. You can also follow our podcast on Apple Podcast, Amazon, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasting from. We are up there, so make sure that you're engaging with our podcast and our show. And we thank you. And we will see you next week. Thank you.
All right, but let's go.